So yeah, just to end just to end this a little bit, and I'm gonna give it a rest. I'm gonna go paint or something. I don't know. Um, it seems really weird that we have people out here who are playing the victim for choices that they made. Um, so again, for those who weren't around who don't know what happened, again, the stream team kind of faded to black earlier this year. They were going to restructure what streaming on the X Live channel was going to be, whether it was going to be a stream team or not. They were going to restructure it. It's been something people have been told about. I'm not going to say that people have known, but that they were told about for some time, that had been telegraphed so far in advance. We still have people who are coming into that server. And so for those who do not know, there was a private server for the stream team because that's how we were using to communicate. And this was before the official Extra Life Discord server showed up. So we were using that server to kind of communicate back and forth. We have people who are joining that server 2 months after the stream team stopped streaming. I had a dude come in, I'm not gonna say one because I don't remember who it was, hit me up in a DM and was like, yo, did somebody change the stream key? Somebody changed the stream key? I can't stream to the channel. And I'm like, this was maybe just before they shut shit down for the pandemic. Like, we have not been streaming on that channel since probably about January, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember when we stopped. Maybe earlier than that. I don't remember. But for somebody to come in, it's like, you know, like just before the pandemic, just before they announced this shit as a pandemic, it's like, yeah, I can't stream. No, what happened? Like, dude, we've not been here for months. Like, nobody streamed this channel. Have you not paid attention to what was said in the Discord? Have you not just opened the Extra Life channel? Just go to twitch.tv/Extra Life for kids and see that that thing's been inactive for like at least 2 months? Nothing's been on there. So what the fuck are you coming in into my DMs asking for shit? Like, and again, not even asking in the channel. Like, again, they find a mod, they find a team lead, and just like, because they want to me, I feel like they're wanting to spare themselves the embarrassment of like just looking like Boo Boo the Fool. But yeah, like it really baffles me just the cluelessness of a lot of the people who are associated with the stream team, because like, again, for me to be an ex-member of the stream team, and I've said before, I'll say it again, I do not care what happens to whatever I'm doing with X Life in this new community thing here on out. If I applied to be a team lead, I'm gonna let you know right now, I applied. If I don't get it, fuck it, I don't give a shit. Because I'm at a point, the shit that I've seen, the shit that I've had to deal with, not only as a team lead for Extra Life for the stream team, but as a mod for Extra Life. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not staying quiet anymore. Like, it's one thing you take all the lumps, but you know, you just constantly get shat on constantly. I'm not, yeah. This was today. I hope it isn't who I think it is. What if we just put our Fortnite stream up there? Because I know who was supposed to stream today. No, it wasn't today. This was whoever DM'd me. This was like back in March. Wouldn't be able to keep it. Neither would I. Obviously, we definitely seen what Fortnite streams look like for us. The amount of shit that I've gone through as some level of authority, however people see that, in any capacity for Extra Life when it comes especially to national. Like, I don't get this shit locally because the people I work with, you know, we respect each other. We work with each other. There's no beef there. But the levels of shit that I get working with people on the national level, it's fucking trash. It's fucking atrocious. And it's like, for me, as a person of color and the shit that I go through, yeah, why the fuck would I deal with any of this? Like, chuck up the deuces and I'm out. It baffles me that people love to fucking bitch and complain on the internet. And sure, I'm joining in because I'm bitching and complaining right now. But again, if you, like the list of games that are on there, if that's not something you play, then okay, then move the fuck on. The fact that these people wanted to play the victim, they felt like they were being personally attacked and victimized to where they started calling individuals out in the fucking Discord. Like, it's one thing that they kept calling the stream team leads. It's one thing that they kept calling the mods. It's one thing that they kept calling the admins, you know, like if they legit had questions. But no, I got personally attacked in that Discord. My name was being drugged through the fucking mud on that server. And at a time when I'm trying to feed as much information as I knew, because I found out the same time everybody else the fuck did. I have an RSS feed for the CMN blog in Feedly. That shit came through when it was available for everybody. And I read it, I applied it, and I shared the link just in case nobody else saw it. Because I just happened to see it after I clicked out of a game of Civ earlier today. Would have missed it. Would have never seen it if I never clicked out of Civ. But I saw it, I shared it. I just happened to be Ashley. And I happened to be Ashley and Lou to the punch of announcing it to everybody. In the places that I shared it. Didn't share it in the official channels because I figured I'd wait. Like, I figured they want to make a big announcement. I'm not going to announce it there. I'm going to announce it in the small places that I am, because I felt like the people I wanted to share it to should, you know, be notified, hey, this is coming. So for me, finding out this information, like, I don't know anymore. Nobody's told me anything. I've been sitting and waiting just like everybody else. But for somebody to kind of imply that I'm on the payroll, that somebody's paying me money to share half-ass information to speculate, like, I didn't say anything speculative other than, hey, this is what's on the list. It's not that difficult. We told you this before. I've been speaking nothing but fucking facts the entire time, but I'm being called out for speculating. So like, yeah, fuck that. And like, so looking through the score, and like I saw, like, and again, I apologize, you know, fucking hard. A lot of people who felt like, yo, whatever happened in that server happened, like, oh no, this is terrible. I'll apologize for maybe the rash behavior I took. Maybe it shouldn't have gone there, but I've had enough. There's no excuse for my behavior, but I'm like, you know what? Nah, I rescind that apology. I'm not going to apologize because of the fact that you're not going to sit there and give me shit when I've done absolutely nothing wrong. If you had, like I told, like, if you got a beef with me, you come for me. You take, like I've told him, because it's the same dude who I've had beef with before, I've had trouble with on that server before. If you have trouble with me, you see me in private. We move this off to the side. And see, that's the thing. He was not ready for today. And technically I technically still restrained myself in that server because I knew where I was. But he was not ready for me to sit there and say, you know what? I'm fucking done being cordial. Like, this motherfucker wants to clap, then we can clap. We can throw hands. Like, it is what it is. But again, it goes to show that what this community became because of the fact that and I'm gonna say, like, I was part of it too, but the lax checks that we had in vetting a lot of these people who joined the team up until that point. it's something where, again, like I said, I'm tired of sitting here and staying quiet and letting these things happen, to where up until a certain point, hey, somebody applied, approve, until it dawned on me that we were just approving like the same person. Like, honestly, you put these, it's like the Chris's, like those Hollywood Chris's. You put them all in a lineup, you couldn't tell them a fucking part. It was that same shit, and it took me, wait a second, this ain't right. There's no women, there's no people of color. Like, what the fuck are we doing? And we just like kind of fostered this like, it almost feels like fucking 4chan energy, like bottom of Reddit energy, that was very memey, very disgusting. But it's like they're sort of trying to be on their best behavior, or they get found out. And then it took us trying to make positive decisions for the good of the organization to sit here and say that, all right, we are trying to represent CMN in these hospitals, and maybe we shouldn't have some of these things. Maybe we shouldn't be saying, maybe we shouldn't be doing some of these things. For them to speak up. They didn't say anything beforehand. If we needed them for something, we needed mods for a fucking stream. Where were these motherfuckers at for ELU? Where were these motherfuckers at for ELU 2018, where I fucking put the chat on my fucking back? Yes, there were people there, but again, for me, like, we fucking got ran over by trolls, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, like days off. I was at work, because this is when it was on a weekend. So on my day off, I'm trying to work, but I got a haircut appointment. I'm sitting trying to mod while I'm at work, like in between trying to answer tickets and shit. These motherfuckers weren't there. But when you start changing shit, when you start making some positive changes for people to, better represent the organization you're streaming for, oh, that's when you come out, you got problems. Like, this ain't right. You got people out here trying to throw out numbers. Like, numbers for what? That shit don't matter. We're not trying to cater to fucking everybody. We're sitting trying to raise money for a children's charity. Not to try to be the next fucking ninja on Twitch. And you're right. Like, again, like, it makes no sense that people should have an issue with us trying to send a more positive attitude. Yes, we don't want Fortnite because we don't want fucking people fucking killing other people. They're kids who are trying to get treatment so they don't fucking die. Oh, but Fortnite's great. We get numbers with Fortnite. Okay, we're getting numbers for Fortnite. But the people who want to talk about Fortnite, the people who want to play Fortnite are not the motherfuckers talking about Extra Life. The people who were talking about Extra Life did not care, would have changed the game and would have been fine. The main people who are complaining about this bullshit, the main people who are in here now complaining about this bullshit, do not care about Extra Life. They don't. They are on this fucking, they were on the fucking team to fucking get that clout so that they can look good. And it's sad too, even for some of the people who would appear wholesome. It's like it really baffles me that, like, the two complaints that I was seeing after I fucking lost my shit and I kind of had to tune out for a bit because I was playing Fortnite. One of the complaints was there are no single player games on there, so I can't participate. Excuse me. So what? You can't stream with the community. I mean, well, no, there's not that. You were so adamant about sticking to your single player games and not playing with community of fellow extra lifers like yourself, playing a game that is free to play, that, you know, I don't know, invite somebody who might be able to teach you the ropes that we can play with this community. I don't. It seems like it's too difficult of a concept for people to understand that. Hey, if I don't get it, maybe this will be a fun experience if I played with other people who can show me the ropes. I don't play Fortnite like that, but I've got a group of people who show me the ropes, and I've gotten better. I'm not the fucking best, but I've gotten better, and I've learned to enjoy this game with a community of people, including studs. It's not that fucking hard to do. But if you, which is weird, it seems weird, if you're that introverted enough to where you can't stand playing with other extra lifers, even just people you bring to insulate yourself from other people who you may not feel comfortable playing and talking to. If you have to play the single player game, you're not disconnected from the community because people do not understand that this is not a team. It's just people who are in the community who want to host something with and for Extra Life. There's no team. It's just kind of uplifting a community member who wants to play games with other Extra Lifers. Helping build that community that you are now claiming we're kicking you out of because you don't want to play these multiplayer games. Which, again, we're not kicking you out of. It's just that this isn't for you, but it does not stop you from streaming on your own channel and talking about Extra Life, doing the same thing you were doing on that channel. If this is enough for you to where you feel like you cannot operate on your own without being on the Extra Life channel to stream and talk about Extra Life, which I've mentioned that phrase, Extra Life, probably about 20 times in the last 2 minutes, which was not hard. But if you cannot talk about Extra Life on your personal stream, if you have to be on the Extra Life channel, then maybe this isn't for you. You're still a part of the community. Hey, we never kicked you out. But if that's the line that you're choosing to draw in the sand to determine whether or not you're a part of a community, because you can't be bothered to play a multiplayer game. You can't be bothered to play your game on your channel and talk about Extra Life and be able to reach out to your community to bring them into this bigger community that you're a part of. Then what are you doing? Why were you here in the first place? And then the other part, and I'm gonna get to chat in a second. The other part, if it seems like people were having this difficult concept of playing a game that's on that list, or just playing a multiplayer game, period, while streaming it and moderating a chat, doing all three things at once. What are you doing streaming to begin with? If you cannot do those three things, the one thing you do on Twitch, play a game, stream it, and mod your chat. If you can't do those three things at once, why are you on a streaming platform to begin with? So there's that. There's that bit. Also, because this is coming from that same community, the Extra Life community, as a stream team lead, I have noticed, we all have noticed as leads, that our mod team has been, lacking. Couldn't barely get a mod to show up. Like, shit happened, and we'd have, like, a team lead would have to be pinged. Like, I'm a bit, again, busy dude. I have a life. I have a full-time job. I am married with a kid that is on the autism spectrum. So me being able to play a game, me being able to stream is a fucking rarity in my house. Point blank. It's a fucking rarity. It's a thing that I like to enjoy, or just having quiet time. if I want to just watch TV or browse the internet or work on a small project undisturbed. It's a rarity for me. Oh, keep in mind too, you know, just casually wearing an Extra Life shirt, because that's a thing you could do, but apparently that's too hard. It's too hard to go to merch.extra-life.org and, you know, get some Extra Life merch. Difficult thing to do. Too difficult. So for me, during my nice, quiet, peaceful time, to be pinged that, hey, there is a troll in chat where mods should be around. There should be at least one or two around here somewhere to mod a chat. You clearly have been doing the three things you claim you can't do. You were able to play a game, stream it, and you were technically modding that chat. You were able to handle your shit before any mod came in, and it just overwhelmed you to where you had to call in somebody else. But you were able to do that. You were like, in order to stream on the channel, you have to be a mod. So you have those abilities to kick people out. To be a part of that stream team, you had to do all three of those anyway. But now it's a fucking problem when that shit is fucking spelled out for you. Like, I don't know how Zezerox or any teacher deals with this. I mean, but again, they just deal with fucking kids. I'm dealing with grown ass adults who should have lives, bills to pay for. And again, for one of them, the ringleader in this scenario, who apparently has not worked in 3 months and blames Lou for not giving him something to do because he's unemployed during a thing that Lou has absolutely no control over. But hey, there's that. But have to wrangle a whole bunch of fucking man babies. They had to have been doing that for a while, got some respite because the stream team was down for a bit, only to have to deal with this fucking bullshit again. And then somebody decided they wanted to make it personal. Again, fuck those motherfuckers. I hope to God that none of them, and like, again, I'm a very petty ass motherfucker, and I will fucking put that shit on blast, names and everything. Now, granted, there's only one person I want to fucking just beat into the mud right now. But nah, I'm gonna let him fucking live his fucking life. I'm gonna let him live his fucking life. But all I know is that motherfucker comes for me again. I am coming at him with every fucking thing I have, and he is going to wish to God he ain't fuck with me. Because Extra Life ain't nothing but a piece of my life. People do not know me as well as they think they do. I only let y'all see a little bit. I don't mind showing you the whole fucking book. But yeah, I hope they don't get it. Honestly, again, I hope that, you know, I become a team. I apply to be a team leader. I hope so. If not, I don't give a shit. Because at that point too, I don't have to keep my fucking mouth shut. Because I'm going to keep talking about this shit. It's at a point like, you know, hey, more and more shit come out, I'm going to start putting more of it out. I'm going to come with these fucking receipts because it's got to be out. I'm tired of waiting. I'm fucking tired of waiting. Because I'm working with some people. Shout out. I don't want to put anybody else out there who don't want to be out, who don't want to be known, but I'm working with some people who trying to make some moves now, because definitely some shit that we noticing that ain't kosher. I'm sorry, that may be culturally appropriating. But it ain't right. It ain't right with what's going on with an Extra Life. It ain't right. I ain't gonna stand for it. And if I start seeing more of this shit, especially within the mods of that server, I'm gonna put that shit out. Because I mean, nah, because you got people who are fucking hiding behind closed doors and they're saying some wild ass shit. Matt, I use Fedora and Ubuntu. Mainly use Fedora for a lot of my projects, but I use Ubuntu. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Come in the middle of a in-stream rant. Yeah. Whew. Well, there's a lot of things to be said while I was going through that. I'm so sorry. So like they should be called out. There are children who watch our streams. Exactly. I'll police my Pathfinder stream because I know kids watch it, and you know what? They're just fine with it because they're adults who care about children. Play with other players. These are the kinds of idiots who would hide a zombie bite in the movies. I love that they use the definition of community instead of team. It should, if people aren't idiots, which some are, foster the proper understanding, which is very clutch. I'll admit to being lax about it on my own shit, but you bet your ass I was talking about it constantly on your stream team shifts. Few new people did once I was unable to stream anymore, and that's a fucking shame. Noof mods from his phone, for fuck's sake. I'm sure they knew there was merch. So here's what confuses me. Why can't he just stream? I don't even know. You have a Twitch account. You clearly can stream. What the fuck? But yeah. I'm fucking tired. That shit right there, that had me done. That fucking had me done. I'm fucking done. Like these people wanted to fucking fight. They wanted to fucking fight, and they picked the wrong person. Like I'm not the one to fuck with now. I'm not the one to fuck with right now. So, all right. Well, you were tired. You were also. I mean, this is no rest. There's no rest. There's no rest, and like, you can't stop. It's sad that. Oh, the sub alert's broken. Oh shit. Oh, that's a bummer. Is it broken? Or did it just not come through? I don't know. No, nothing's come through. Or wait. No, because it's not using this. No, nothing came through. It was you. Well, it's not showing that it's not showing that I got a sub. So whatever. I'm sure it'll show up somewhere. It's fine. Maybe it'll just like show up like out of the blue and it'll scare the shit out of me. Some people suck, and some people who suck like to make themselves feel better by doing good things. Yeah. But again, it's just this team, and like I saw it long ago, and it took me a while to be able to convey what I was feeling and what I was saying to people. And it's that whole thing of you try to tell somebody you try to tell somebody what you're experiencing, and nobody else believes you. Haters gonna hate it, am I right? There are more of us who actually care and know on days like today it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, I mean, like again, and that's my whole thing. Like I do not subscribe to the fact that like humans suck. No, not at all. Like, I know there are more good people in the world than there are bad. Infinitely more. Like, it's like 99% good, 1% bad. It's just, for me, you gotta put that negativity in its place. Like, people are here going to try to foster that negative shit. Nah, you gotta fucking stuff that shit, put it in their fucking place, and call it a day. I got hit on myself. I hope it gets better from here. It will. It will. I'm good. Because my thing is, like, it's going, for me, oh, this is definitely going to get better. I am ready to fight. I am fired the fuck up. That's where it needs to be. It only gets better when you work at it, when you fight for what is better. So, oh yeah, it's going to get better. As they say, come hell or high water, it's going to get better. Trust and believe me. But the bad ones can be so annoying and loud. Oh, most definitely. Almost definitely. They sure as shit can be. But that's when you need to, I mean, it's one thing, again, it's that one thing where, you know, you could be MLK one day. But sometimes it takes that Malcolm X hand. Sometimes it takes that Malcolm X. By any means necessary. It's going to get better. And you have support too from friends and fellow extra lifers who are willing to call that nonsense out too. And that's what I appreciate. I'm so glad I found those individuals. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like, again, I know we're definitely some tossing. We're going to figure this shit out. We have to be that change we want to see. Not even want, we need to see this change. So, yeah, it's not over. It's not over. It's going to get better. Definitely going to get better. And I am waiting for, I for one am here for it. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a night. 2 in the morning over here in the East Coast. Eventually I'm gonna get some sleep, but damn, I ain't drink not nearly enough of this alcohol. You miss everything. You know what I may do? Because surprisingly, I still have enough hard drive space left. Oh no, it's more water than anything else now. That, like, this is a giant, look, this is a giant ass cup. This was full of ice when I started, so it ain't nothing but fucking water now. I am not drinking that shit. This old ass booze that I forgot was in it anyway, so I'm not hurt on wasting it. Now with that, you can have that shit. You want this? You want this? You can have it. But yeah, what I may do is I may take, because I want this rant. I want this rant to exist somewhere. Like, I want the whole fucking thing. Like, even, like, I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be weird because, like, it's gonna take a long ass editing job to get it done. But I do want this to exist. I want this shit to exist in perpetuity, because, like, I don't want this feeling to disappear in Twitch. Even if I have to go, for the sake of argument right now, highlight this entire stream. But I'll what I may do, I'll highlight the stream, but I'm going to cut out this last part because essentially I just recapped from beginning to end, just not without the fiery language of trying to play Fortnite and do this at the same time. Uh, but yeah, I think it's something that people need to hear. It's long overdue. It's long overdue. It's for Extra Life, for everything. It's fucking long overdue. And we did win. That one time we did win. We were fucking hungry. The fire for something else. We did it. But yeah. We shall overcome. That's right, we did. We won the fork knife. It's delicious. But I'd be remiss if I didn't do this. The reason not working. Oh shit. And of course the stream deck doesn't want to work. Yeah, I'd be remiss if I didn't do this. Ladies and gentlemen, because apparently it seems like it's very hard to do for a lot of people. If you'd like to become a hero just like me and join a wonderful, wonderful, amazing community where we're fighting to save kids' lives and for a little bit of that diversity, I do recommend that you join Extra Life, a gaming-based charitable organization that's part of the Children's Miracle Network, where we play games, raise awareness, and raise funds for our local CMN hospital. All you have to do is just go to the website, sign up, takes a couple of seconds, choose your local Children's Miracle Network hospitals, like 170, if I'm not mistaken, across the country, across the US and Canada. Choose one of them. Doesn't matter. Choose either one of them, or you can choose Mission Critical Funds. It's that simple. And you can begin raising funds for your local you can raise funds for your local community. It's that simple. It's not hard at all. You can be a part of an amazing community just by signing up. And you know what? I'll take it a step back. You don't even have to sign up. Just hang around, chill out, spread the word. You don't have to sign up for Extra Life. Just talk about it. Talk about what your friends, your families, your coworkers say. Hey, I found these amazing gamers who are, raising funds for their local children's hospital, especially at a time like this. They are selflessly taking time out of their day, their busy schedules when they could be sleeping, to talk about a children's organization while playing video games, while trying to make the world a better place, trying to make it a little bit brighter when it's dark and cloudy outside. And that didn't even require a sign up. That's being a part of a community by just sharing, joining in the camaraderie of doing something great that is bigger than yourself. Just put it out there. It's easier to join this community than it is to probably leave it. But it's whatever. And if you want somebody specifically to share with your friends and family and co-workers that, hey, part of this community, I want to help out others in this community who are doing amazing things, I recommend, hey, tell them about me. I am just but a lonely man, a system administrator by trade who is, doing what he can, not like I'm struggling, but, just out here streaming, playing video games and talking about Extra Life, raising funds for my local CMN hospital, Duke Children's Hospital, based in Durham, North Carolina. You can tell them to go to el.majorshouse.com. You say, hey, this is where his personal Extra Life page is. This is how much he's raising. He's raised over $200. He's trying to raise $700 to go towards his local CMN hospital. His son was born and treated in that hospital. His son had to spend 5 days in the NICU. Well, no, I'm sorry. Let me not lie. About 3.5, 4 days in the NICU to get life-saving treatment. He and his wife spent a week in the hospital. They could not go home with the son immediately like everybody else can do When he spent a week in the hospital after his son was born just to make sure that he can make it, just to make sure he could have a fighting chance. And you know what? You know what? His son wasn't even the worst. Wasn't even the worst case scenario in that NICU. There were babies who were further out there, who had to fight harder. This guy, Major Lennox, he, when visiting his son, got to see the other children in the NICU. Saw that they were fighting for their lives. Even got to talk to a parent who had one of those children. It was good to hear that the 2 years later that their baby girl made it out. Fantastic, healthy, beautiful girl. That's where his money's going to go back to the hospital that helped his son. That at 2 months old had to take his son back to that same hospital because he was sick. This was before, 2 months old is about when they were supposed to get their first immunizations. But he hadn't quite made it to his first immunization. His son didn't quite make it to the first immunization yet. Had to take him to the ER. Really give a baby a spinal tap to figure out what's wrong with the baby because they can't rule out anything. You know how hard it is to watch a 2-month-old child get a spinal tap? It's fucking hard to do. But again, I raised funds for that hospital that helped save my child's life twice. I actually had to go to that hospital for that spinal tap the day before an Extra Life marathon. But that community, the community that I talked about before, the community that's helping spread that word, talking about the good things that everybody else in that community was doing, that they're currently doing. When I told them, hey, I won't be able to join the marathon this year. I'm in the ER and with my son, we're in the hospital. Well wishes, warm thoughts, their prayers, the love, just the love that they poured out for me, even while they were busy raising funds. They even reached out. They made sure I was okay. They made sure that my family was good and my son was okay. That's what being a part of a community is about. And if you can't understand that part, if you cannot understand that part where no matter what you do, no matter what part you play in a group of people that are trying to make the world better for everybody, starting at the very bottom, newborn, if you can understand how important your part to play is, even if it's not the part you want, but the part that you do play, you don't understand your part in that community, nobody's kicking you out of that community. You obviously don't want to be a part of that community. Don't put that on us. That's on you. That's on you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Where We Dropping. I need to put Aero Dash because that's obviously the question I'm going to ask him. Yeah, thank you for tuning in to Where We Dropping. Thank you, Zolas. Thank you, Air Dash. Thank you, J Studs. For doing this. This is what we do, again, as a community every Tuesday. I look forward to these streams every Tuesday. I really do appreciate it. I really do. I'm glad these guys were here during all this because, again, no telling what the fuck I would say and just how things would have turned out if it wasn't for them. Just kind of helping me laugh and shrug that off. That's what friends do. That's what community, that's what family does. thank you so much for having me. Thank you for playing these games with me. It was great. It was fantastic. Shout out to Obrinsky for the $10 donation to Extra Life. You know, this amazing community of like-minded individuals who are playing games and raising funds for these sick and injured kids all over the U.S. and Canada. Thank you for helping out my local community. I really do appreciate that. Pizza, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the sub. Jamie said he subbed. I mean, not Jamie. Jason. Jason said he subbed, but I mean, I've not seen it, so you know, it's like it's like this. Like, what was it? Picks or it didn't happen. Hanny, thank you for the raid. Zaniacal, I'm again. Axe, thank you for the follow. Truly Terrible Streamers, thank you for that follow. I'm gonna list the hosts, but I'm not gonna go through and read it. But thanks to these wonderful people who are hosting this evening. Thank you everybody who came out, watched the stream, suffered through the rants. It's been a night, but we made it to the end. I'm gonna let you guys go. We're all gonna get some rest. We're gonna wake up fresh and restored for tomorrow morning, or this morning, later on this morning. Thank you so much again. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, watching any stream in the world, also playing the games yourself, but you chose to be here with me, your boy, Marcus Summers, Major Linux, MajorSouth.com, and of course, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people out there, thank you so much. I love you. Peace out.